Welcome, beloved soul. You've arrived in a sacred space, a space between breath and remembering, a sanctuary, not just for stillness, but for awakening. And today we journey into something tender, timeless, and profoundly alive within you. Today we will discuss finding sacred union within yourself, uniting the head and the heart, the masculine and the feminine, the yin and the yang. So what does it mean to experience sacred union within? At its heart, sacred union is the inner harmony between what we often call the masculine and feminine energies within. Not as gendered identities, but as complementary forces of life itself. It's the union of doing and being, of structure and flow, of clarity and creativity. When these energies are in balance, we move through the world with both strength and softness, purpose and presence. Sacred union within isn't something that we find outside of ourselves. It is something that we simply remember. It's a return to our natural state, where the inner masculine offers grounded direction and discernment, while the inner feminine opens us to intuition, feeling, and deep connection. One protects, one receives, one acts, one listens. And when they dance in rhythm, something powerful awakens. Alignment, coherence, and a sense of inner wholeness. This union isn't always loud or dramatic. Often it's subtle. It's how you hold yourself in stillness, how you listen before you speak, how you create without rushing, how you rest without guilt. Sacred union, it looks like trusting your gut and honoring your heart, not just one or the other. It's how you meet life. It's how you lead, how you love. And in this space of inner harmony, we stop chasing wholeness from the outer world, because we begin to embody it from within. That's the path of sacred union, and it's already encoded within you. Sacred union begins with the ancient dance of the divine masculine and the divine feminine energies, the two great rivers of consciousness that shape how we move, feel, create, connect, lead, rest, and love. These energies, they are not ideas. They are living forces within your body. They speak through your patterns, through your triggers. They echo through your choices. They govern how you rise in purpose and how you soften into presence, how you hold and how you allow yourself to be held. When they are in harmony, something inside you clicks. You click back into rhythm. Life feels aligned. It feels whole. It feels resonant. But when we are silenced or wounded or have the need to overexpress, we feel it. We feel it in our nervous system. We feel it in our relationships, in our inability to rest or to act or to trust ourselves. So today we remember, we explore not only what these sacred energies are, but also how they live and move within us. We'll look at how the world often conditions us out of our own natural essence and dominant polarity. We'll name the wounds and offer the medicine. Because this journey, it is not about perfection. It's not about fixing yourself. It's about reclaiming your own balance. And more than that, it's about returning to the wholeness that was always yours. So wherever you are, whether you're walking, resting, sipping tea, or lying beneath the stars, take a deep breath. Let your body soften, anchor into your body, and invite your body to listen as much as your mind. Let your soul take what it needs. So how do these energies move through the body? Within every human being, there is a subtle system, an energetic intelligence woven through the body like a hidden map. It's known in yogic philosophy as the subtle body, and it's through this field that your life force energy, or prana, flows. This energy, it doesn't just fuel the physical body. It shapes your thoughts, your emotions, your beliefs, your presence, and your potential. Prana is the vital life force that animates all living things. Often described as the breath of life, prana is more than just oxygen. It's the subtle force behind movement, thought, creativity, wellness, and vitality. In yoga and Ayurvedic medicine, maintaining the balanced flow of prana is essential for overall well-being. In the energetic body, there are also nadis and chakras. Nadis are energetic channels, like invisible pathways, that carry prana or life force energy throughout the body. It is said that there are thousands of nadis. Chakras, on the other hand, are energy centers where these nadis intersect. Each chakra is associated with specific physical, emotional, and spiritual functions. By understanding and working with the nadis and chakras, we can support balance, vitality, and deeper awareness in mind, body, soul. At the heart of this energetic system are three primary channels or nadis. There is the Ida nadi, flowing up the left side of the spine It is associated with the divine feminine. It governs intuition, emotion, rest, and creativity. It's the receptive lunar current, soft and inward. The Pingala Nadi, flowing along the right side of the spine. It is the path of the sacred masculine. It governs clarity, logic, vitality, and focused attention. This is the solar current. It is bright, penetrating, and outward. Together, Ida and Pingala move in a rhythmic dance, looping around the central axis of your spine in a flowing pattern that mirrors the infinity symbol, a figure-8 motion that weaves energy through the body. At each crossing point along this sacred path, they activate the chakras, the 7 major energy centers that govern your physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being. This spiral, it is not symbolic, it's energetic architecture, a precise and poetic design encoded within you. At the center of this spiral is the Sushumna Nadi, the central channel that runs straight up the spine from the root chakra to the crown of the head. And at the base of this channel, coiled like a sacred serpent, lies Kundalini, the dormant energy of spiritual awakening. When Ida and Pingala are imbalanced, this energy, it remains asleep. But when the inner feminine and masculine come into rhythmic balance, not through force, but by being naturally attuned, the Sushumna opens and the inner fire begins to rise. As Kundalini ascends, it passes through each chakra, burning through blocks, pain, trauma, density, and negative beliefs. It awakens insight and it clears what no longer is sacred within the body. This rising is both spiritual and biological. It alters perception. It renews your DNA. It sharpens intuition. It awakens clarity, courage, creativity, and often a deep sense of devotion. In yogic philosophy, this journey, it is not just energetic, it is the pathway to liberation. It is a return to the whole self. The sacred dance of masculine and feminine energies is what activates this path. So when we speak of balance, it is not abstract. It is instead embodied and encoded in your subtle system. It lives in your breath, in your posture, in how you lead, you rest, you express, and receive. When these sacred currents move in harmony, you will feel it. You'll feel the radiance. You'll feel the vibration the hum. You'll feel the resonance of Om. And you become clear. You become more creative. You become present. You move from force to flow. You no longer chase wholeness because you remember it was always within you. Although we each hold both divine masculine and sacred feminine energies within us, most of us have a dominant energetic polarity. This has nothing to do with gender. This is simply your core frequency. The energy that feels most natural, most nourishing, most aligned with who you are at a soul level is your core frequency. So if you feel most alive in emotion, flow, creativity, intuition, and surrender, then you may be feminine core. If you feel most grounded in direction, focus, stillness, and purpose, you may be more masculine core. If the feminine is your core energy, you may feel yourself more when you are flowing and intuitive, when you are emotionally connected, when you are guided and inspired by beauty, love, nature, and meaning, when you're sensitive to the unseen and to the rhythm of your soul. If the masculine is your core, you may thrive when you are grounded in your purpose, when you are steady, focused, clear, and direct, when you are creating structure or building systems, when you are offering presence, support, protection, or guidance. Neither is better, neither is more powerful or evolved. However, knowing your core is essential because it reveals how your energy naturally wants to flow. By knowing how your energy wants to flow will help you give and receive love more effectively. It will show you how to lead, it will show you how to rest, and it will connect you to the sacred. Many of us are living disconnected from our core frequency because the world, unconsciously or otherwise, often conditions us to abandon our dominant polarity. If your core energy is feminine, you may have been told to be tougher, to suppress your emotions, to make logic louder than your intuition, to hustle harder, to speak louder, and to achieve more. You may have been taught that softness is weakness, that you make mountains out of molehills, that surrender is passive, that you think too much, and that flow is just simply frivolous. And so you arm yourself in a masculine mask to feel safe. You disconnect from the body, from rest, from receiving, and you begin to live in a state of survival, not soul. If your core energy is masculine, you may have been told to be gentler, but not too gentle, to hold it together, to stay strong, to never cry, to never slow down. You may have been praised for productivity, but not for your presence. You may have learned to hide your emotions, even from yourself, to disconnect from the intuitive, the relational parts of you in order to stay in somewhat of control. And so you begin to over-identify with doing, with chasing. You struggle to receive. You feel guilty when you rest, and you fear being seen as too soft, even when your soul is starving for softness. These are not just personal struggles. They are collective wounds. They are ancestral wounds. Our culture has long glorified imbalance. The imbalance of masculine overdrive or feminine collapse. Doing without being. Surrendering without direction. We are taught to overcompensate, to silence one energy in order to amplify the other. But when we abandon our core, we lose connection to our truth. We start to feel drained, reactive, numb, or untethered. We show up in ways that may look functional on the outside, but we feel fragmented on the inside. And eventually, our body lets us know. Through fatigue, burnout, disease, emotional imbalance. Or maybe it's just that quiet ache of not recognizing ourselves anymore. Returning to your dominant energy is not about rejecting the other. It's about letting your core energy lead and allowing the supporting polarity to serve that deeper truth. It's about remembering how your soul is designed to move and honoring that design as sacred, because wholeness isn't found in imitation, it's found in integration. When you reclaim your core frequency, when you anchor yourself into your truest expression, life begins to soften and stabilize. You no longer perform balance, you become it. So let's just take a moment to slow down. Just place your hands across your heart. Take a couple of deep, beautiful breaths in, really anchoring into your body, following the breath, becoming present. And in this beautiful space of stillness, allow yourself to go deep within. Ask yourself, what energy feels most natural when I'm not performing? Where have I felt most alive, most whole? Where am I overcompensating, overdoing, over-collapsing? So trust what arises. No shame, only awareness. This is remembering. Today, you've begun the journey of reawakening the sacred union within you. You've remembered that you are not broken. You are just out of rhythm, and rhythm it can be restored. In our next episode, we'll explore the wounded feminine energy and how she shows up and why she's hurting and how she heals. So this wounded feminine energy, it is present in all of us. Until then, I invite you to reflect on a journal prompt. The journal prompt is, where have I abandoned my own core energy to feel safe, accepted, or loved? So thank you for being here. You are the light. You are the vessel. You are already home. Namaste.